Hi, welcome to iPad Intermediate Training. My name is Kevin Rutkowski. Today we'll be discussing how to create an Apple ID without a credit card, iTunes University, the App Store, as well as iBooks and home screen shortcuts. We're going to begin by creating an Apple ID in the App Store without using a credit card. I'm now in the App Store and I'm going to be looking for a free app. So I'm going to select Apps for Colleges and I'm going to try to find a free app. I want to select it and install it, and then it's going to prompt me if I want to create a new Apple ID. So I select the United States, and now I have to scroll down and agree to the terms of service. Select by tapping agree. So next I have to fill out my email address information, and a password. It has to be 8 characters with numbers and 1 caps. I have to fill out the security questions. There's 3 of them, and my date of birth, and then go ahead and select next. Next, you'll get billing information, and so you want to select none. Fill out the billing address information. You'll select next. Apple will send a verification to your email account, and that link will prompt you to sign in with your new Apple ID and password. You'll now be able to download free apps with your new Apple ID account. Let's take a look at the Apple App Store. When you first get to the App Store, you'll notice that there'll be some noteworthy or relevant applications. The Olympics are going on right now, so you'll see an Olympic app. College starts, there'll be a college app. So I selected on the bottom a quick link to the college apps, and they have some featured apps. I can check it by name, release date, featured, and up on top there's also a search box that I can look for a particular educational app. And the Apple App Starter Kit is recommended by the people at Apple as a good place to get applications that are popular, or they feel that are the go-to or necessary apps, favorite apps, Facebook, GarageBand, which is one of my favorites. And you can also look and select the top chart star from below, and you'll get the top paid and non-paying apps. Next is categories. Just selecting categories, and I can tap on education. And you'll see educational apps, iTunes U, which we'll go through in just a bit. And I didn't sign in to my account, so it doesn't let me know which apps I've purchased. And then finally, updates. Every application, most applications that come out, they'll have some kind of regular ongoing update. Version 1.0, version 2.0, version 2.1. So you'll get a notification in your updates, and it'll prompt you to enter in your password, your Apple ID and password, to allow the updates to download. Next, we're going to launch iTunes University. You'll be prompted to enter iTunes University, and you'll come to the featured page. You can search iTunes University by selecting University and Colleges, and you'll get an alphabetized list of all the universities that are enrolled in iTunes U. Milwaukee Area Technical College has iTunes University currently in development, so we'll be on that list shortly. iTunes University also has another section called Beyond Campus, which are educational areas that are not driven by universities or colleges. A lot of the areas are public. We have Khan Academy, They have the Science Channel, National Geographic, Smithsonian, TED, to name a few. Another great resource in iTunes U. Next, we're going to take a look at top charts. And top charts are exactly that, popular iTunes University courses that you can take that are at the top of the charts, the people that are downloading these classes. So we're going to take a look here and select one by scrolling over. And we found one called Integrating iPads in the Classroom. So I will subscribe. It's a free subscription. And then I'll install. And this will download to my library. It looks like a bookshelf. And then I can open up the course. And you can see when I open the course, I have navigation on the side, and on top I have an info tab that gives me information about the instructor, basic outline of the course. I'm going to select one of the tabs on the side, Posts. Now this instructor has various links, videos, other information. There's something called Notes, and this is another feature we'll mention a little later on. And then finally, Materials. And this also contains more links and instructional video. Library will return you back to your bookshelf. You can also do a search based on categories. Categories in the bottom right hand was selected, and I can simply go in and select which area to browse. And I can, again, scroll to the right or to the left to find what I'm looking for. I can also utilize the search menu on the top right hand side. When I tap in the field, the keyboard will appear and I can conduct my search. I'm going to select Apple's iBooks application, which is their reader and bookstore. When you open up iBooks, it comes to the Feature tab. Next is the New York Times bestsellers list. You can browse by top charts, their bestsellers. You can select categories and do your search based on categories. And finally, you can browse. On the left-hand side, you'll see a list of authors in alphabetized order, both free as well as paid. And when you select an author, the list of their books will come up on the right-hand column. I can also use the search field on the top right-hand side and look for my author that way. In this case, I picked John Grisham. And then finally, it shows me the books that I had purchased. I'm going to leave the store and go back to my library and open up one of my books. I'm going to select the three-line icon on top, which brings me to my table of contents, bookmarks, as well as my notes. And then I also can click on the resume button. The resume button takes me back to where I left off reading. To navigate, I can simply flick from one side of the screen to the other, or I can tap and scroll on the bottom part of the screen, which gives me my page numbers as well. You'll also see the chapter headings. If I tap and hold on a particular part of the text in iBook, I'll get a couple of options: define, highlight, note, and search. So I can define a word, highlight a word, put a note there, or actually do a search for that word either in the book or on the, within the book or outside of the book into Wikipedia or the web. So I'm now going to highlight by dragging that little blue dot down, and when I let go, it gives me some options again. And I can select highlight, and then I can pick which highlighter, which color I want to use. I'll select pink here. Now that I've highlighted my text, I can tap on the note icon, and it brings me up a note the same color as the highlighted area. And I'm going to complete that. Once I'm done with that, you'll see a little sticky note right along the side of my highlighted area. If I go back and tap on that little 3-line icon, it'll bring me back, and I can go to the notes area and I can see my note with my comment. I tap on that and it brings me back to that page. So it's a very good way of organizing. Students have questions or they have comments. Then on the upper right hand corner, you can actually bookmark the page as well. So you can highlight, make notes, and you can bookmark. Tap that little 3-line icon, go back and select bookmarked, and you can see my page is also bookmarked. And when I tap on that page, it'll take me right back. So I'm returning to my library, and when I return to my library, you'll see all my books. It leaves off where I've last bookmarked. And then when I tap on Edit, I'll get a little red delete button on the upper left-hand side, and I can tap on this book and delete, but I won't do it right now. Next, I'm going to create a shortcut on my home page by opening up Safari. And if I tap on a little arrow icon, it brings up a bunch of options. Now I can add a bookmark if I want, and then name a bookmark. And then that bookmark would be added to my bookmark profile you see here. Or I can tap the arrow and add to home screen. I'm going to do that. And I can name that particular little icon, and now you see that an icon appears. That's matc.edu. That's an icon that I created as a home screen shortcut. And when I tap on that icon, MATC appears. Okay, next I'm going to type in another school. Go to UWM. And I'm also going to create a home screen icon. And select Add, and you'll see another home screen icon. Now I want to be able to actually do a little bit more than just create icons. I want to group icons. So by sliding an icon over another icon and it lights up, you can create a folder, and then you can name the folder. So now both shortcut icons are inside of a folder on the home screen. And I'm going to name the folder and hit Done. Go back and I'll tap, and you can see that it added 2 icons to the home screen. And when I tap on it, you'll see that I can go back to MATC or UWM. So it's a very good way of organizing your shortcuts if you're going and doing either apps that are very similar or websites that are similar. And then I can, if I drag, I can also drag that back out again and get it out of the folder. When I do that and I tap and hold, I can move that icon anywhere I want. If I drag the next icon out, then that folder is gone. And so I'll go back to the home page. And all set. And that concludes doing little home screen shortcuts and folders. For more information, please go to edtechnews.matc.edu.